Good morning. It's Monday. It's 6:20 in the morning over here in the Ozarks section of Missouri. I'm early. I was doing stuff and I was like, I'm going to forget to turn that camera on and go live. So y'all get to join me for my pre-live. We'll call this 10 minutes the pre-live. And for those of you who don't know me, you're probably not even here yet, but I'm Coleen Frozen Chats and I got stuff to do. Least of which is probably finishing this coffee that I started at 4 this morning. Good morning. Oh, and I've already thrown my glue, so pardon me while I'm going to get the glue stick out of the floor because I need it. If I didn't need it, I would have left it there. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Double checking that I shut the door to the other room because nobody wants to hear my voice at 6:30 in the morning when they're asleep. Maybe you do. You do you. And thank you. I did not sleep until well after midnight last night. Then I was up at 4 because I had something on my brain. The seminal piecing I did, I decided I wanted to try it in these colors, red, white, and blue. So I found some red, white, and blue that I wasn't, you got the fabrics that you love and you save and they're going to go into something special. And then you got the fabrics that you're not quite sure what you're going to do with them, but you want to use them. These are the second fabrics. But they are beautiful and I do love them. I just didn't know what I was going to do with them. And I thought, oh, it would be great to test this and I can always use it in a block. Never an orphan block. It's just waiting for its place. Glad to see you guys this morning. Okay. But you're going to get my hands because I'm sure you'd rather see me doing the seminal piecing. Sun's coming up, thank goodness. This camera pulls a lot of light, so it is so much lighter on that camera than it is right here. The sun's coming up. Birds are out. You might hear them. Oops. Oh, we're not opening that window. Tad bit cold out there. I was going to check the temperature. Cold. That's the temperature today. After that beautiful 80 last week. Oh, I had a very productive time off, and I'll show you all that here after a little bit. Like I said, I'm early, so we're going to do this because there's still going to be people wandering in. Maybe. If not, I am very adept at talking to myself, and I've got at least 2 friends on here. Love the lurkers too. So let's show the seminal piecing. Seminal, as in Native Americans. That's what I heard it called, so that is what I'm calling it. This wasn't it's not my term. It's not my anything. So, and I think I have a bad batch of rotary blades. I just changed this. We're going to move that to a safer zone. I just changed this blade, and it is, I've tried it on 2 different mats, both match. It's missing a lot. I'll have threads that it misses, and I'm even thinking, start before the fabric, follow through. Start before, follow through, and I'm still getting missed cuts. So that's going to go in the extra bucket over there. Pieces, parts, and other stuff. I've had a little bit of coffee. You probably can't tell. I had to take last Monday off because, ladies and gentlemen, I was going nuts. Good morning, Sylvia. I did start early. I expected to be all alone, but I wanted to do this before I do it's beautiful. I think it's called the Sparkler Star is what they're calling it. Block. So maybe I'll sleep tonight. It had me up last night. Okay. Put them side by side as you cut them, and then bring them down 1 seam. Flip it over, and I'm going to use pins. I need to get some more pins. Hard on pins. I've pressed out from my center which is going to make all of these not nest. I should have pressed half of them. Don't ask. This was a last minute thought. Actually, what I thought was I wanted to look up Sylvia's video and try that. Clearly I didn't. Nest and seams. Everybody's playing nice this morning. Yay. The birds were not playing nice yesterday. Oh my goodness. Cardinals and robins were having problems with each other. And then a rabbit took off, and I don't even know what happened to the rabbit. I'm suspected a snake. Line them up. Go down a seam. Flip them over. Nest your seams. I will get in chat in a minute. Lord did not give me a body and a mind to keep up with everything 24/7. He just didn't. That's okay, because he did make me smart enough to know when I needed a break. And I think that I need to cut back on my shorts. I will try for 1 a day. I am not going to promise that. The best I can do is my lives. And next Monday is questionable because I've got a 2-hour trip down to Forsyth and back. Forsyth is where the farmers market is. It's right next. A lot of people are familiar with Branson. It's right next to Branson. So hopefully get some customers from Branson and touristy things. And I was so flattered this morning. I got up and saw a message from my bonus mama. The farmers market, Forsyth Farmers Market. Bonus mama shared my post on her business page of me setting up my little area, trying to get it ready for the farmers market where everything's going to go so I could take a picture and go down there and get it all set up. She shared a picture on her Facebook page, and then the Forsyth Farmers Market shared that on their page. I just thought that was so sweet and kind. And hey, they must like it, which is always nice. You know, sewing's kind of like jokes. You don't know if it's a hit or a miss. But I spent last week refilling my cup, getting up at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning just to sew so I could get some sewing done. Because I'm running around all day and I see my chat going crazy. Thank y'all. Sylvia, thank you for links. I think I picked up and saw links. If I didn't, that's okay too. And when my time gets around, I'll let you know what everybody's numbers are doing. Because I actually looked at that this morning. Okay. Oh my. Sherlock came in. Let's see, said, oh, Quilting with Stephanie Stitches. Good morning. Good morning. I was thinking about you this morning. I was thinking about a lot of people this morning. And I think, I want to say you're at 13K. I should look. And Marie Scrappy Creations, good morning. Oh my goodness, full house. And we've got Sylvia, who is at You and Me FPP on Facebook. I always say at. I don't know why I say at. You and Me FPP on Facebook. We're just going to start that sentence completely over after I have a sip of coffee. Sylvia is You and Me FPP here on YouTube. I make things up sometimes, like Facebook. I'll say Facebook when I mean YouTube. I'll say YouTube when I mean Facebook. I don't have Facebook. I'm not on Facebook. The pages I see are public, and I only see them because somebody sends them to me. So, okay. Marie has her second video out, and I can't remember what the last thing I saw. Hopefully this doesn't mess me up. I'm going in another tab. I've never done this before. I don't lie. Let's see. What's Stephanie up to? Well, I must have watched them. Or someone removed them from my notifications. I leave them on my notifications because I forget. But Marie is making a freestyle scrap tote. Freestyle because it's you. It's how you want to do it. It's your sizes. She's just giving guidance and inspiration. And I love it. I was going to make some, except for I don't have time to make some. Oh, goodness. And Stephanie can tell us what she's up to. Good morning, Sherlock, Lori. Yes, she is. Mischievous Maud. And that's why we keep Tracy around. We're not sure if she encourages or she lays a smack down. It's one or the other. Okay. Marie, hey, everyone. If I start saying names individually, oops, end up missing someone. I know what you mean. And then somebody's always offended because they don't understand the rate of chat, especially if you're on a phone. I don't do YouTube on my phone. If I do, I tell everybody I'm not going to be in chat. I'll drop a link, but I'm not going to be in chat because I can't tag. I can't see the names, no matter how big it is, no matter if everybody used, bigger font or whatever. I can't see it. So, and I've discovered I hate saying hi to some and not everyone, because I want to say hi to everyone. Yes. Marie put that in. Freestyle Scrap Tote Bag Series. Thanks, Coleen. You're welcome. Sylvia has a premiere going up. 8 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock Eastern, 2 GMT UK time. Let's see, Sherlock. Okay, I think we'll kind of. I saw Sherlock's comment over there. Is the chat? At least it's on that side right now. It's probably gonna be on that side later. So one of these sides have chat for you. Check it out. Sherlock says using the phone for chat on YouTube stinks. Yes. Deborah Holdman. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see. Sylvia did a short, was it a regular video with the ice crystal block, which is gorgeous. Stephanie has got all kinds of things going on. Quilting with Stephanie Stitches. So if you ain't checked out my friends, go check out my friends. Practically Creative will be on tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time. She is Melissa. And numbers, I was going to tell you all my friends' numbers. Some of my friends' numbers, it's not everybody's numbers. I am not Wonder Woman. Lord, let me know that last week. Coleen, you need to stop. Settle down. You can't do it all. It's okay. And I'm telling you, if you can't do it all, it's okay. Your body does what it does to let you know you need a break. Take a break. Good morning, Fern King. Let's see. Melissa was at 2.27K. It doesn't show me the last number. I think they should. Not knowing is hard on a person. Sylvia, yes, buried the lead. I buried the lead. Sylvia got 801 last night. Got a short up for her. Congratulating her. Yay! Congratulations, Sylvia. Closer to that 1K. Dawn is at 851. Brandy, 100 Proof Quilter, is at 480. Miss Ellen, she's growing too. She's at 702. Lori Quilting in the Country is at 217 subscribers. All these numbers are subscribers, in case you didn't know. I'm that kind of weird. And I usually don't keep up. And congratulations to Marie, because I saw Marie last week got her 7K. That is an amazing accomplishment. And I am so happy for all of my friends getting all these wonderful milestones. It makes my heart very happy. And that's part of why I need to cut back on my shorts. It makes my heart happy to see my friends do well. So I'm always watching and, trying to be in the comments and everything, and I can't keep up with it all. So I need to learn to shut up. I hear my father in my head right now saying, oh, like that's ever going to happen. He loves me. But I can't do it all, so I'm just going to have to be happy with watching a video and not stopping to comment on every part of the video to let them know, hey, I watched it, I enjoy it. But I will do my best to still do that, because it's hard work. Content creators work hard to give you stuff to watch. Usually good stuff, sometimes just weird. But it is work. And it's a labor of love sometimes. Sometimes it's feed the short monster so it shows you to people. That short's is a killer. Okay, back to chat. You don't know what Sylvia, thanks Coleen. It looks, Sylvia, thanks Coleen. It's took me 3 days to get that premiere done, and it's only a couple minutes long. Arthur stinks. Yes. Oh, I know. I am so sorry. I'm praying for you. And speaking of praying for people, y'all know I'm a prayerful woman. If you're not okay, light a candle. Don't do anything. You do you. I'm going to do me. Our friend over at Mom and Pop, Laura Lynn, her husband, I think it's her husband, maybe it's her son, has posted an update on her health, and she's in my prayers. If you haven't checked them out, you can go check out their channel. Exclamation Mom and Pop, I think, get you them. Let's see what I put that under. Keep them in the YouTube algorithm because it's harsh. I know that. Oh, MPQS, exclamation MPQS. I just misinformed everybody because I'm lazy. I'm lazy, so I use the shortest version I could think of for that. Anyway, go check them out. Give them some view time. Give them some thumbs up. Watch the commercials because every little bit helps. Also, I heard while I was off that Vicki Lemire passed, and I am certainly very sorry for that loss. It's hard losing a loved one, and I am very sorry, everyone. You are all in my prayers. And Tiffany had a loss from Quilting with Tiffany. Also in my prayers. You can check out her channel. Vicki doesn't have a channel, but Tiffany has a channel. I'm sure she'd appreciate the views and the time. And my voice has gotten very fat, very soft because losing people it makes me very sad. Anyway, let's move on and pretend I'm bipolar. Like I'm just going to go right past that. Keep them in your prayers. And our entire quilting community. I want to do a couple of these so I can see what it's going to look like, see if it's something I want to continue. And that's why I got on early. Go forward. Everything should cooperate because I changed my needle, cleaned the machine. Well, I did it Thursday. There's a very good possibility you're going to hear some clanking. I've done a lot of sewing, which I'm going to show you. Oh, you can't see that. Okay. According to my camera, you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to go with that assumption. This is a Brother CP60X. Whoops. I usually start with my needle now. Well, that's not the right side. Next. Yeah, that's kind of the way it's going to be. Put my needles in this direction, and it helps me remember that that's where I want to sew. I got topsy-turvy, talking, thinking about what I was going to do next, and that is not what I did. Okay. Let's take the one I did do right off this one. Those pineapples are so easy that I've been making. There's only one problem, me. For some reason, I let go of the fabric and it flips on me when I'm adding a new one. I don't know if I like this. We'll see. Line them up like you cut them and drop it down. at least once every block I've had to get Jack out. Just for a little, you know, like a half-inch area. You'd think I would pay attention to the fabric. I get cocky. I'm like, oh, I got this. Look at me go. I see my chat moving. Yay! And Marie is on Wednesday morning with What's Up Wednesday, along with her freestyle tote that she's putting up on Sundays. Stephanie is live Saturdays. My mind didn't want to do that math. 5 p.m. Eastern. Along with sew-alongs and everything she's doing. Okay. Perfection is not going to be had here ever. Just so you know. I thought I made a tube for a second. Okay. I just want to know how these look, so I put them together real quick. I'm going to put a red on the end of each side. I'll probably put 3/4 of an inch. That way I can trim it down when I decide what it's going to go into. I'm not even measuring from the middle. And the red is actually a grunge. I turned it around because I didn't want the grunge side. I like that. I do. Like that. I think it'll look really pretty. Now onto the block. Got that out of my system, hopefully out of my head, so I'm not awake in the morning again. I really love that look. I could even do more. Oh, it's just how it turned out in my head. I'm thinking more white, like blue, white, blue, white, blue, and then red's on the end. Okay. I tried some of these blocks last night because I wasn't sure on my cutting technique. What I did to cut these, let's find a piece of fabric. Tag it. I made flying geese. There is a link to the original pattern underneath. There is also an exclamation point pattern that will take you to this pattern. I made the block smaller because I'm not going to do a whole quilt right now. I wanted a smaller block. That is my calculations. And it's got 2, 4, 6, 8 flying geese, which I put down here. 8 flying geese that are finished at 3 by 1.5. And this will finish at 8.5 inches when I'm done. Let's see if I can get that closer. That's just my chicken scratch, and I used my Windows Paint app to do it. Copied some flying geese into there, made some triangles. So for the flying geese HSTs, let's take this one. I clipped them together so I would remember what I was doing. I took this piece because I didn't want to waste a lot of fabric. I laid it down on the wrong side of the fabric. It's the right side, it's the wrong side. Right side up, laid it down on that side of the fabric, and for flying geese, this worked fine. I took my ruler, may have to watch this twice. And I put it, let's see if I can get this close. Ignore my nails, I haven't done them and I don't care. Went a 1/2 inch past that line, and I cut my fabric there. That's how I got all these little wings for the flying geese. And I did it on the other side. And then when I put my fabrics down that I cut, I put them down. That one got turned because I worked on it last night. I put them down like this because the first piece goes face down. The other 2 pieces are going to go the other way. Now that I've thoroughly confused you, hey, have you met Sylvia? Sylvia is You and Me FPP. She teaches FPP, which is what this is. Okay, anyway, that runaway glue stick. Let's do a flying geese. Did one of each to make sure that it was all working out. It worked fine last night. That's really all I can say. My first piece I'm gluing down. Wrong side of fabric, wrong side of paper. And since I cut it the same way as I did the triangles, let's see. Yep, you could see the shadow, probably barely, is at least 1/4 of an inch over. Give that a press with my hand. Oops. I'm OCD. People know I'm OCD. A little bit. No clinical diagnosis. This is just what we call each other. Now, I'm going to take those 2 pieces. Let's talk to you a little bit. Off to work. Brenda, have a good day. Enjoy your week. Good morning, quilting in the country. I was talking about you. I'm going to take these pieces, and I laid them like I'm going to see them. So I know I just have to lay that over. I'm lining it up with that one. And if, whoops, I go just a little bit past the bottom because I cut these big enough to do that. When I sew it and flip it, that geese will cover that corner. And I will remind you, when you are using the white, you don't want the blue or the red over it in your seam. You will see it. And I'm not ironing because my iron has been not behaving. My little one. So it's in timeout. See this? For what I'm doing, this isn't going to matter, but I will fix it on my next run. You can see just a little bit of the piece of paper up here, and the ones I printed, because I resized them from another pattern, are just a 1/16 too big all the way around. It's okay. Where's my small ruler? I'm determined to get this block done before I'm done. And I'm going, oops, to not cut that off. I usually wind up using my ruler instead of my add 1/4 ruler for this. I line the 1/4 inch up on my seam allowance, then take off the excess. Yeah, I said it right that time. Look at me winning a life. I'm just going to give that a good finger press. And I'm going to turn it back over and put this side on. That's where it's going to go. So I'm going to flip it over this way. Get it kind of lined up there. Checking out my shadows. Making sure I've got I can kind of see the shadows. At least 1/4 of an inch over. I'm being finicky. If you use bigger pieces, you don't have to be so finicky. That's not lined up at the bottom. See, I started to do several of these last night. I was like, nope, I can do them live. Because I'm a nut. Why do I keep closing that? For some reason, I've decided I like sewing from the bottom corner of the geese up to the top. Absolutely no reason. Backspace, short pair of stitch length. Yep, I did. Cut my threads. You'll see threads everywhere. I'll take care of that in the end. It's too fiddly. And that one did exactly what I wanted it to. See just a little bit of paper up here. I can always add a blue piece of fabric across there, cut it off. Nobody's going to even know. It's in the seam allowance, so why bother? Sylvia method. Oh, good morning, Fern. What did Fern say? Start this pattern later today. Nice. I love it. And for you who want to see what the add a quarter ruler is, I really should have got a shorter one. Flip it over on your threads. Bump it up next to your paper. Anything over that 1/4 of an inch, I just took off. So, same thing, different tool. Clearly, both ways work. Then, I've had some coffee this morning that I should tell y'all. Happens when you get up at 4. Putting my ruler on my 1/4 inch line right here. Trimming off all the stuff I don't need. I hope. Hey, these Missouri Star rulers do not have the grippy stuff on them, which does not bother me. Occasionally it slips on me. It hasn't been traumatizing to me enough yet to buy the grippy stuff to put on the back of them or buy rulers with the grippy stuff on the back. So when I feel traumatized by this, I'll change. Yes, that's what it takes. So there is our one flying geese. I need my template out here. Don't fall on the floor. Oh, I've turned that. That's what happened. And I'm going to leave the papers on. All kinds of goings on. Good morning, Melissa, who is Practically Creative. Oh. Everyone saw that Sylvia hit 800, Melissa. Yes, she did. Woohoo. Proud of her. Happy for her. Lots and lots of work. I'm sure I'm missing all kinds of things. Yes, Marie is almost 8K. Very excited for her. And my friend Dee Dee over at My Big Tidy Up. I can't remember what number. I looked and then I didn't write it down. She does cleaning, organizing, revamping outside. She did an outside clean today. I don't even know the words that I'm looking for. So we're just going to pretend like I don't say anything. Get that flying geese going. Wrong side of the fabric, wrong side of the paper for the first piece. Glue it, pin it, hold it and pray. I've done all of them. I'm just looking to make sure that I have about the same amount on each side. If I only get it, that glue is going to dry out now because I'm not getting in the floor again. If I only get 1/8 of an inch seam allowance, that's okay because I also have an add 1/8 ruler. So if it's okay to do with this, then it's okay to do without. I've decided an 1/8 inch seam allowance when necessary is not going to kill anything. Would I rather have a 1/4? Yes. Put my right sides of my fabric together now. Now the way this pattern is written originally, I hope you can hear me over this machine. They are using all HSTs. I wanted to make flying geese, and I wanted to make flying geese FPP, and that is way too short. So, oh, we're going to rip that out. I've noticed if I hold my piece on the hard surface, I can get underneath those stitches. Whoa. We're going to rip that out when we have more patience later. We'll move on to these. This is why I don't teach. Oh. And that's why you should cut your pieces bigger. If you cut your pieces bigger, you don't do silly things like that. I have a silver thread coming through my shirt. Now I'm going to make this much faster. Just glue the first piece. Good morning, Tracy, Tracy, Tracy. I don't think I said that. If I said that, I apologize. I can be annoying. You know what? I told my husband last night, you guys remember the A-Team? There was always like 100 plans. Plan A rarely worked out for them. I'm going to go to Plan Z, which is use my 2.5-inch strips because I don't want to have to worry about that anymore. Line my 2.5-inch strip up there, which gives me more than adequate coverage. And you get to see this 2 ways. Yay! That's what I should have done in the first place. I was... things you shouldn't do on a live. In a rush. See that? That's why that works. Completely covered. Yes, I'm going to have my waist this way. No, I don't care. Not today. Not today. I'll care another day. I usually am very, very particular. Those pineapples I'm doing, I'm trying to have as little waste as possible. I'm doing pretty good with those. Using strips. Gone. Why are my lines messing with me? Suddenly I didn't know which lines I was watching. I know you all are chatting. And thank you for that. Thank you for realizing that I'm not intentionally ignoring. Just trying to get this done. Because I'm on a pretty blog. I've made like a gazillion pineapples. And when I don't use this, plenty big enough to use somewhere else. See, wrong side. Right sides of the fabrics together. Again, these flying geese that I'm doing are 1.5-inch by 3. I'm going to add the, disclaimer of ish in there. I like doing a semi-simple block or even a complicated block. My brain likes changing the sizes of blocks. It does. It likes a challenge. And every time I see a block, it's like, oh, let's make that smaller. Or let's not use their directions because, I don't know. It thinks it knows stuff. It was so funny. The other day, I was texting with Melissa that, what's it called? The rose pattern that she did. I think it's called Dusty Rose in the Quilt Builder's card deck. I wanted that smaller. I did all the figuring plus the different star. I want to use the star. It's that one way up there. Whoops, let's go over this way. That one right there. I want to use that star in it. Voila. Trimmed. Done. Where does it go? White and blue goes there. It took me 45 minutes to reconfigure that whole thing, add that to the center, get everything printed out, colored a little bit, and figured out. It took me 45 minutes, which isn't bad because I'd been on pineapple brain for a while. The next day, I wanted to change, I think it was a hanging, oh, that's not what I want to do. Right sides together. I'm going to scooch this down to where I've got about, no, probably more than a quarter of an inch hanging off because I don't want to have to redo this again. But I think it was the hanging thingies. What was it? Anyway, whatever it was, it took me 3 hours to figure out. I was like, I can resize that block. I printed it out. Pardon me while I reach for random patterns. Pardon me while I reach for random patterns and talk with my back to the microphone. Oh, I have high hopes for patterns. I have printed all kinds of things out. Thought it was at the back. There it is. This one. Except for the center's this instead of a plain star, a plainer star. Oh, no, you don't. We're not playing that fight today. I've thrown them over there so they won't be coming back. I'm picky. I know, I'm picky. I'll get this 1/4 inch over here down. That's why it takes me so long to do things. I have to put things away. I can't just leave them out willy-nilly. This entire space gets cleaned up every night before I go to bed. And it's a wreck before then. Y'all know how it is. Coleen, Fern has a question about the fabric. Oh, Fern has a question. Thank you. Looking at my phone. Let me scroll back up and we will get everything I missed maybe. Okay, I saw the comment about Steph's Alive Saturday. Oh, okay. Yep, Stephanie, I said hello, then just watched. Melissa says, I'm just mumbling as I read through these comments. Fear of missing out makes me reread everything. Everybody needs to know everything. Anyway. Fern was. Wow, Marie Scrappy Creation says the bag series more than doubled my views. You just never know what people are going to go for. But apparently Scrappy Tote Bags is one of them. I've heard Scrappy Tote Bags are very popular. Oh, yay. Let's see. Oh, and Melissa. I think, okay, I'm getting down to Fern's question. Fern, I'm getting there. Melissa says, LOL, Marie. Quote, my mommy went to jail is still getting views, along with the rope bowl sewing video. If you ain't seen Melissa's My Mommy Went to Jail, that cracks me up. And I'm like, yes, woman. Never mind, I'm not going to say. Okay. Nope. Sherlock's going to go fire her coffee butler. Apparently not doing its job. And Marie says she's going to check out Dee Dee's channel. Wonder if she can help me clean while not wanting to. I just want to sew and chat. Me too. I do, but I have to clean. I have to straighten. My house isn't spotless. It's got dust. It's not perfect. It's, you know, I'm okay with that. I vacuum, I do laundry, I do the dishes regularly, take out the trash regularly, I do all that stuff. And then I get to play. I make rules for myself. Let's see. Fern, do we need to use as many fabrics in this pattern? Let's see. This pattern, I have a white, a red, a blue, and I'm calling it a white, red multi. This is a polka dot because it's just got a different one. So white, red, blue, red multi. Really only need 4. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. You really only need 4. Now the reds they used, I think they used batiks, and so it was like a gradient. Pardon me while I get my. Okay, now we're getting in the floor. A gradient of reds in the batiks when they come in a 2.5-inch strips, which I don't know if that's what they used, but I noticed they use different shades of red. See, this one's kind of a burgundy to me compared to the red next to it. I think that's what they used for the red and white stripes, but I would just use a plain red. Pardon me. Got the cap while I was down there because I'm efficient. It's not nice to hit people. And look at that. I cleaned while I was down there. I got some fuzz. Okay. I'll scroll down some more. Did that answer your question, Fern? Okay. So I'm chatting. I'm going to scroll by that, although I do see it. Oh, good morning. My bonus mama Jill is on. She is traveling, so they may lose the connection. Everybody says, good morning, bonus mama Jill. Actually, they're saying hi, Jill. Sure, like that's a nice black. You are picky. That is why your creation is top notch. Bonus mama Jill says, thank you. Good morning, Lynn. And hello. Was busy sewing scrap blocks. Forgot the time. I've been doing that. Even with clocks going off telling me it's time to do this and time. I missed Melissa's live last week because I was so into, I think I was making hanging towels. Oh man, overboard. Yes. Vern says the pattern has 11. What happened? Did I kick me off? I lost my stream. It looks like I'm still live. Okay, it's brought me up with a different interface. I am here. Don't click on things. I can still see the chat. Oh, that was not fun for me. I went into panic. Okay, what I was saying is it shows 8 fabrics. I'm using 4 for this. And you could use the same red and the same white in the red and white stripes. Okay, we've saved the man overboard, which was my glue was running away. Let's see. And I know my face is cut off. It's all right. Oh goodness, Lynn lost internet connection. That's not good. Nope, I'm still on. Yay, I'm still here. Okay, still here. So, although they show 8 fabrics, you could totally get away with 4. You could even use 5, a different shade of red for the stripes. I'm using off-white because I like using off-white. I'm not that woman who's going to spend my whole day trying to make whites whiter. I'm not. When I can get off-white, I will get off-white. That's also why I'll show you those. Let's try not to knock anything else over. And it my hanging tails I made to sell. I used gray, 2 shades of gray. and then some florals. I think I've got a short going up later showing one of those. But anyway. And you could use, if you wanted to do it scrappy, you could use different shades of white for the stripes and different shades of red. Totally quilter's preference. If you don't like doing flying geese, the HSTs work out fine. And there are, that would make, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I would do 4 at a time or 8 at a time HSTs. I'll see if I can't get a link for that. I have a cheat sheet somewhere for that. These off-whites I'm using are, I think it's cookie dough. I want to say Wyndham. And that's got more than a 1/4 inch over here, so I'm going to trim that down. Yep, really not liking this delay that I see now. I broke it. I broke it. That's all right. And I'm using the wrong side of my ruler. Normally, I do not suggest that. Not going to hurt me none. And press it back. Anytime you make HSTs, I suggest doing as many as you can at a time instead of doing them one at a time. If your brain allows. If your brain doesn't allow that, hey, don't do it. Sounds kind of simple, huh? My mind didn't. See? This blade and I are going to have a chat later. I knew I should have changed it for the live. Done? Darn. What happened is when I clicked out, my screen brought up a different screen, and now I'm seeing it in the same time you're seeing it, and it's behind. It's messing with my head. Okay. Got that one. Let's do another. Stop messing things up, Coleen. By the way, bonus folks, wherever you're heading, stay safe. And their links to their webpage are underneath this video, along with the farmers market. If you want to see what's at the Forsyth Farmers Market, there's a link to their Facebook page. If you have Facebook, if you don't like me, it's Publix. Well, that didn't look right. Is that right? Yeah. My blue is over a little bit too far. Let's see. I've still got enough over here, though. My seam allowance. Man, I'm very unhappy about what I did to my stream. That's all right. Now I'll be where y'all are, so I may be sitting here looking at it funny for a while. Okay. And if you want my attention or moderators' attention, the moderators are the people in blue with the wrenches who are not afraid to use them, as I say. They got a wrench, they know how to use it, and they have permission. You can tag them by using the @ sign and then start typing their name. Their name will appear unless you're on a cell phone, and then it probably won't because it's obnoxious like that. Or put their name in caps. My name in caps may or may not get my attention depending on what I'm doing. Anybody who sews, I think, understands. It's an attention thing. Sorry about this, guys. Some people like it, some people hate it. And when you don't pay attention, guess what happens? That. Should have printed an extra flying geese, but I didn't. I was so agitated the other day. What happened was I was making pineapples for so long. My hands, arthritis in them, it was giving in. And I messed up some stitching. I tried to take it out. Well, I made something crooked when I did that. And then when the next one was stitched on, it was crooked. So I was having to take that out. And then my papers were all torn. And I put tape on them already. I threw it away. I threw it away. 5.5 inch pineapple block. I just had the center and the first round. I threw it away. Not having that fight. I'll start over when my hands are cooperating. Because I was frustrated. And when I knitted, it was worse. You can't talk to knitters in the middle of rows. Purl one, skip one, yarn over. Huh? As I'm yelling numbers at people. Okay, we've got another one. Oh, and there is Dee Dee. Good morning, Dee Dee. We have shared your link. We have. Oh, that's that one. That's that one that's going to be in timeout now. Let's see. Where's my block? Blue. All my blues go to the center. That's not blue. I have this laying next to the chaos that is my design board. So I can see, and I use colored pencils, you know, high tech like me. I actually did a high tech of the star that I showed you guys earlier, changing all the colors in it because my mind couldn't see it in the colors I wanted it, but I thought it would work. So I used my computer to color all that. And I was like, wow, I should have just printed it out and had a coloring sheet. Did a quick little, and on this one, because they've used a white multi for, let's see if I can get that. On the corners, I put stripes there. So I'd remember that that was not a plain red or a plain white that I was going to use. Just so my mind would remember, hey, that's not what you want to do. Okay, where am I? I'm one flying geese down because I messed it up. How did I mess it up? It needs more blue. Ouch, not nice. Use more blue. That's probably going to be in the seam allowance, but Practically Creative Firm wants to know if you have plans to make more of these blocks. I think you're just making the one block to shut the little voice up in your head. Yes, I am. The voice is going nuts. Thank you, Melissa. Melissa is on it. And I am just horrible at paying attention. What size is the design board? My biggest ruler is 12.5 inch square, and that's what I use to make that. So it's 12.5 inches. Practically Creative. Yes, she says, Dee Dee, I still haven't sat down to watch your video. My guilt won't let me yet. But I love your little daily affirmations. Me too. And I'm telling you, the other day, I was seeing those a couple weeks ago when I decided I needed a break. And I was like, I would tell my girlfriends, you can't pour from an empty cup. And I'd been pouring from an empty cup for too long. Okay. What am I going to do? I'm going to cheat. I'm going to put the right sides together. Let me flip this to make sure that it's going to work right. I'm going to start my stitching for this. I'm going to start it at my seam allowance right here. And I'm going to stitch across that. And it shouldn't show. I'm not going to start at my seam allowance. I'm going to start on the other side and go down to my seam allowance. Quick way to save it. And that is the Sylvia method. Maybe want to rye, but it's just redoing that whole thing. That's the thing about FPP. It is kind of wasteful if you do it like some people do it. They're okay with that. I'm not. I have limited funds. I have limited fabric. So that looked like I wanted. I don't believe it did. Oh yeah, it did. Because that'll be right in the center. And the next one I put on will go over it. So it'll have that covered. We're not going to tell anybody I did that. Are we? Keep in mind, I know how to put people in timeout too. Timeout, block, all that good stuff. I got it. Is it okay to threaten the viewers with timeouts unnecessarily? I just, thought I'd ask. Oh, okay. It's going to work. I'm not showing you this completely because I am Frankenstein in this, but it's going to work. How do I know? I do it a lot. Okay, not a lot. Please go all the way over. Let's scoot that one down to where the bigger piece is going over when I fold it. I'm folding it to make sure it covers my paper. Like I said, Sylvia, resident FPP teacher. Should stop moving these. Okay, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So this is what I'm going to do. Watch me Frankenstein this. That's what I'm going to change the name of the screen to. Where did I put it? I have tape I hide from myself. Why? Because apparently I think if I have all access to the tape, I'm going to use it all. Instead of printing another one, I am going to put this baby back together. See, there's one. There's, whoops, two. And there's three. It's going to be that kind of string. Button those two pieces up next to each other. And I'm probably missing all kinds of fun stuff. Just subbed. Thank you, Lori. I'm just putting these two pieces of paper next to each other and retaping them. Not retaping them, but taping them. I can see through the painter's tape. Let's see if you guys can. I can see my lines through the painter's tape. Maybe that way. Trying to get a good view. Nope, not going to see it. Okay. Anyway, I can see these lines that I need to sew on, so. Where's my blue? Pardon me, I need some more blue. Nope, my phone just went off. I am doing, this is a Stonehenge fabric line. Shades of blue. Actually, there was plenty in this to do this block. Even if I messed up. It's a little bit lighter blue, that's all right. You're going in the timeout block. That's also the timeout box. All right. Get my blue piece. I'm just making sure I've got 1/4 of an inch all the way around that center piece. Probably more. I'm cutting this corner to corner. Corner to corner. I don't know. I'm cutting it. Seriously. Get my glue stick that may or may not have fuzz from the floor on it still. I do vacuum over here practically daily. It drives me nuts to have threads on the floor. Line that back up. I'm going to have a much bigger mess than I thought I was going to have over here. see. Oh, Marie's been busy. Good. Have a good day, Marie. I'll see you later in the replay, I'm sure. On your, I wasn't saying on my replay. That's presuming. Okay. And now we're going to put this one together correctly. Right side of the fabric together. Find that line, which is a little bit harder to see now that I've messed it up. The tape doesn't affect my machine. You're going to go backwards. If I have to take you apart, you're going to go backwards. Anybody else threaten their machines? Just me? Okay. And we have the fabric that covers that entire corner. I appreciate all the sub love y'all are giving. It's hard. And I'm telling YouTube, you have to work for a long time for free before they give you a dime. I don't know many people that would work 24 hours. Well, I'm not up 24 hours a day, so you know that's a fib. But you know what I mean. For nothing. But I do like my chatting and my visiting. I know somebody's going to watch this. Oh my gosh, how did that turn into anything the way you were going? That is a good question. Sometimes you just got to improvise. If at first you don't succeed, try plan M. I think sometimes if you start with plan M, you'll be much better off. Okay. No pressing, no starching. Wild woman today. I do need to press that with my finger again. It gets a very good crease in it. And press with my finger. In fact, I broke a nail the other day doing it. Because they're all mine. I'm too cheap to have fake ones. No. I had fake ones once. Oh, I did not like those. I did not like the upkeep. I did not like the feel. So I'm just happy seeing them on other people. And voila. We fixed that screw up in pretty short time. Can I say screw up? I'm going to say screw up. You know what I'm going to do with all this? I'm going to put it in the scrap bin. Not that one. That one's way too big. Look, I cleaned up. Done. My tape over here. My new favorite thing from the Dollar Tree. Lint rollers. Oh no, we're going to finish this block if it kills me. Okay, now I'm going to make the HSTs. Somebody's machine went backwards on its own the other day. What the heck? I had to turn it off and restart. Oh, wow. Good morning, guess who, Nancy? Enjoying your retirement, I hope. We understood Coleen. Okay, whatever I said, good. So, going to make, these are going to be 2 inches for this particular pattern. Once again, the pattern I shared, I've adjusted it smaller for me. So, these are going to be 2.5 inches. 2 at a time HSTs because I was using a charm pack and a jelly roll strip, so it was just easier to do 2 at a time. And I'll square them down. Let's do some chain piecing though, because we've been here a while and I still got, oh, hey, not cool. Still got stuff I want to show. I got show and tell. And it's leaving Saturday, so it's kind of now or never. Okay. 2 at a time HSTs, you just put, draw a diagonal corner to corner, so 1/4 inch from that line. I'm sure there's a short somewhere in my library about that. I'm sure somebody's shown it somewhere. close up. So if you don't understand what I'm seeing, check it out. It'll make sense. I used a friction, you know, the dissipating heat pen that may or may not disappear for you. For my center line, it's going to be cut. It's not going to matter. Then I'm going to flip it. I'm going to sew my 1/4 inch on the other side. You know what happens when you get in a hurry? Everything starts going wrong. So let's not do that. You may have to put the block completely together after the live, but that's okay. Cut the chains apart. I will look up and read the chat again in a second. This is the worst tutorial ever. You're welcome. What do you say when you know? Then you cut them apart on the line in the center, not your stitches. 1, 2. Finger press these open. The white is a little bit darker, and these are on the bias, so be careful. The white, off-white is a little bit darker, so I'm pressing them all white. Normally, I would use my little iron and press these all carefully and neatly, and that is not going to happen today. But it's going to be okay. Because it's still going to work. Pretty sure I didn't press my ones last night that I did. No, I didn't. Because I wanted to see how it was going to work with not pressing them. If it was going to drive me nuts. It's going to drive you nuts. It might still drive you nuts. And then I'm going to use the 45-degree line, which is the corner to corner line on square rulers. Line your 45 up on your diagonal line, your seam. And I need to square those down to 2 inches because we are just over 2 inches. I like to, if I have 2 straight sides that are very straight over here, I'll just do one side. But if they're both wonky, I'll do one side, then I'll do the other side. I'm going to have to cut that dog ear off no matter what. And this one looks wonky. That's usually the case. Oh, my hands need to stop that mess. Yep, that one's good. This blade, on the other hand, oh, I wonder if this was the blade. I took a chunk out of like the top of one of my rulers the other day. I'm aggressive. It was, I don't know how I did that. I may be bad-mouthing this blade for absolutely no reason. I don't remember which rotary cutter I was using when I did that. Not too bad. And I will read the chat in a second. Again, I appreciate my moderators helping me keep track because I wanted so much to get this done, and then I wound up talking too much and messing things up, and I appreciate them helping out. Moderators are not a paid position. It is a volunteer position. And I do appreciate it, especially when I go over my time limit. If you've got a jet, it's okay. I know sometimes, you know, you're moderating, you feel bad if you've got to take off in the middle of something. Don't feel bad about that. You're volunteering. I'm not going to cut off all of yours because I'm lazy. Okay. Now I've got all these white and white Maltese. Clean up that mess real quick. I haven't taken my papers off. I probably won't take them off until it's completely done. Let's see. Did I do that one wrong? You know what I did? I did that one wrong anyway. This was supposed to be opposite. That's okay. That's okay. I'm going to set these up and start sewing. And when I get to that, I'll stop and I'll fix that some other time. But we'll get most of it done. Now the multi goes to the inside is how I'm remembering this. Let's see. Sylvia had her nails done. Oh my goodness, my nails got started itching. Tracy, my nails are real-ish. My own nails with an overlay. Okay, you'll notice the block here that's missing. That's what we've got so far. And I'm going to go in rows. Am I going to go in rows? I didn't think this far ahead. No, I'm not. I'm going to do this row, then I'll do this row, then I'll add that. Yeah. I take the right and flip it over on the left. Line up my edges, say a prayer. Chain piecing because it's expensive to buy thread. And thread's supposed to be going up. I flip my right piece onto the left piece. Line up my edges. Don't eat fingers. And on this one, I've got my line here on my FPP. So I'm going to flip these over on each other. Hopefully those lines line up. We're going to pray. Normally I would pin. Today I'm going to pray. Hold your tongue just right. That is, okay. I do change things on the way from there to here. I can turn blocks around. I've done it many times. See, I could stop and say, we'll finish it next week. No, my brain will not allow for that. So, like I said, if you got a jet, you got a jet. And I'm going to take these off, put them back over there in the order I just sewed them. Well, so I'm going to try 1, 2, yes, this is what I do. 3, 4, and 5. Let's flip these open. Press to the dark side because that blue is very blue. Don't want it shining through on your other ones. Let's see how this did. Okay, got that side good. Ah, I'm right on the lines. Down here. You can't see it, but I am. Press that open. I'm not ready. I better spun that. Nope, that's right. Press to the blue, to the blue, to the blue. Or fake nails. We're all talking about our nails. Yay! Oh, Dee Dee has boxes for organizing Ziploc bags. It is very cool. Okay, next. Flip the right onto the left. And since I've got this line on that, I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to sew on that line. It should increase my chances of that being neater. over the left. Well, line up the edges of my fabric with one another. And this one is going to that center square. Nope, this is the one we did wrong. So no, the next one we did. Okay, this one we did. The next one we're not doing because we did it wrong. See how I share responsibility? Like it wasn't just me that did it wrong. And I take them off. My scissors do not belong back there. And I put them back in the order I pulled them off. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we'll pretend like there was a 5 there. Why is that one so weird? I'll worry about it another day. Press to the dark side. I think one of my squares may be too short. Flip these the wrong way. Come on. Not press to the dark side. I see Jen moving. Oh, that is just so pretty. Oh, we did. Why is that so big? Looks like it's going to be in seam allowance, whatever it is that I did. Okay. Now I'm going to go top to bottom. Nesting the seams when I can, like with these HSTs. I'm holding that seam with my fingers since I'm not pinning it. I'm telling you, pinning is the way to go. Or a clip. I tend to pull clips. Top to the bottom. When I'm moving the clips off, I pull them and that fabric goes sideways on me. I say that, and that just did. Lay where it lays. And put them back where I pulled them. Okay, Sylvia's going to go log in as You and Me FPP. If you want to run over to her place at the top of the hour, she has, let's think while we talk. She has the premiere. She said it's only a couple minutes. I will have to catch the replay because I'm a terrible, terrible timekeeper. Oops. Blues in the corner. Okay. Top to bottom, and the only seam, because I didn't do them all in HSTs, the only seam I have that lines up is this far one over here. And I'm using the line on my FPP to keep the points on that. Let's hope. Can you believe it's still possible for me to lose points even when I use FPP? I have issues. Okay, top to bottom, nesting the seam over here. Wait, flying geese? I'm going to turn it up so that flying geese is up so I can see the paper lines so I don't miss that point. Or so I do miss it. You know what I mean. And if you don't, well, you're probably already thoroughly confused. Play it back very slowly, ask questions. 1, 2. That's why I like using FPP. See that? I've got points. Ladies and gentlemen, we have points. What are we doing? Oh, Coleen. Good morning, Patty C. Is that right? Oh, that is right. Why did that look weird to me? Good morning. Up early, so I wanted to say hi, sister. Hi. She's my twin. Let's see, I saw my name highlighted again. Practically creative. How can I get a wrench? Everyone else has a wrench. Well, you know, Patty, I know a lady. Patty, next time you type, you should be that pretty blue color. I'm telling you, one day everybody's going to be moderators. Okay. And over here, top to bottom. And this is usually where I mess up. When I turn them to go so, I have a habit of flipping them. Okay, I'm going to do this one top to bottom. And again, I'm using the line on my FPP because I can. This isn't in order, but I'm going to go ahead and do this because it's here. I messed up the very bottom block. I'm not fixing it during the live, so. Take them off and. Well. Oh, I caught the dog ear. I was like, why is that? I caught the dog ear. 1, 2, and 3. There is no hook there. I have a hook on the other side. That's what I was trying to do. All right. I'm trying to press to the dark side. If it's fighting me too much, I don't. That block was short. That's what happened there. Well, we're going to catch it in our seam allowance, or we're going to have to, you know, fudge it later. Okay. I just want to get the block done. Now I'm going to go back to my right and left system. The right one, flip it over the left. Good morning, everyone who came in. I saw Sherlock say good morning, good morning. All those pretty people with the wrenches. All those pretty people without the wrenches. If you've seen a link drop, hey, click it. There's no telling where it's going to take you, but let's live dangerously. And I'm going to flip the right onto the left here. I don't know. Maybe there's no rhyme or reason to what I do. You think? I want to keep that. So I'm going to turn it over here. And I think I still do this because, whoops. I think it encourages people that you don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect every time. And you don't have to fall apart because it isn't. If you want to change it later because it bugs you, change it later because it bugs you. Put it in timeout if you get aggravated at things like that, because I do. Occasionally, I just get aggravated when something that should go the right way has not went the right way. I get aggravated. And things go in timeout. This machine was in timeout for 2 weeks last year. And then it started working. I still have no idea how that happened. Try to press to the dark side. 530 Illinois. I know, right? Oh, somebody's using a crock pot. Yep, love the crock pots. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and put this side on. Well, that's not pressed to the dark side. I'll clip that seam later so it lays flat for me. Did I finish my thought? Because I was saying, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to, you know, be the boss of your own quilt, as one of my YouTubers I watch likes to say. If you're happy with it, other people should be happy with it. Oops. I thought I ran out of thread. That felt funny when I pulled on it. So let's go ahead and take that one off. I meant to chain piece. I was even chain piecing. Wow. Those don't come on. Take care of those later. I was even chain piecing my pineapple. I was chain quilting my pineapples. We're not doing so bad. We may get out of here in time for Sylvia, except for I've got some show and tell, so we'll do a really fast show and tell. I even started early. Whoops, did not need the back stitch, don't tell. After this live, people are going to be like, yeah, I'm shocked it came out looking like anything too. Flicking things all over myself. Okay, and now, because I need to work on that bottom row, I'm going to flip the top. These should nest. If they are pressed correctly, they should nest. If you find they're not, repress them. These are in, these are out. Same with the outside ones. So these should all nest. And normally I would pin at every intersection. I would pin here. I would pin here. I would pin here. And I would pin here. I'm not doing that. This is for fun, just to make my heart happy. And get it off my mind. I say that, and here about halfway I'm going to say I'm going to pin. I can't hang on to all of this bulk. My machine is going to balk at this. It does not like bulk. If I was using the hump jumper foot, it'd probably be okay. I don't like the hump jumper foot for piecing. I like my 1/4 inch foot. It's a give and take. These flying geese FPP line up corner to corner if you've done it right. No, so I didn't show you. No, that's right. I'm just not doing it. I'm just not showing it. I have been terrible about not being in the chat. Hey. It wasn't even as... I gave it a little tug. You shouldn't have to do that. And because I use the paper, I can see all my flying geese points. I didn't pin this last one because I only had 3 pins out. I'm lazy. Or efficient. Depends how you want to look at it. Thank you all for joining this very long stream this morning. Really? Do I only do it once a week? Nobody needs that much of me. But this is a beautiful block. It's on my community page. It's the first comment on this stream. It's also in the description box along with all my moderators' links who have okay. He's like, I'm missing a space. Oh, but when I press this, this is all going to be down. It looks off over here. That's because this was just a little bit. These are just bigger than I needed. Isn't that gorgeous? If I do the bottom right, but So close to getting it done right. Oh, I'm loading. Why was I loading? I got a feeling somebody may have got up, or my internet company is messing with me. Sorry about that, everyone. Very pretty. Love pork. I love pork. Okay. That seemed random. Okay. Very, very, very fast. What did I do the last 2 weeks? Oh, this. This is what I did the last 2 weeks. Lots and lots of sewing. Thank you all. You said pretty black. I made sets of these. I still have a couple. Let's see. Grab a couple out of here. I just really love the tags. Pork with lovely crispy crackling. I want bacon. Just some twine, and the black I got from Amazon, and this tag I got from Amazon. There's a whole bunch for really cheap. So I did those, and I made, I don't like Velcro. I don't like buttons on my towels. I like them to hang. Just very quick and easy. It should have been, except for the next ones I kept sewing backwards. The pattern actually has it sewn a little bit differently where this band lays. Pioneer Woman. Tea towels with the topper. Jill. I didn't. Oh, she's been talking. Oh, should rather have pork. Shameless plug. Exclamation OHF gets you everything Berkshire pigs. My bonus folks have. But anyway, I made those, and I put 2 on bars so people can see how they're supposed to hang. But where's the other? Let's see. That one had the pigs and the cows. This one, I actually had a towel I'd cut up for bowl cozies a couple of years back. I don't like making bowl cozies. We all know that. So the towel I had left over, it was brand new. I used it as toppers for those. And I like that. And let's see, I had a different fabric I used. There it is. I'm going to regret this, digging through this box. Got it all fixed. And I made these. And I'm probably going to make more of these. I did not turn my camera on once last week, which is when I made all 10 of these towels. Whoops. And I liked making the towels. I'd make tons of the towels, except for, yeah, I need to go buy more towels. I'm going to have to redo all of this. And key fobs. Key fobs, key fobs, key fobs. Plain, simple, jingle jangly. Alrighty. Oh, let's see. Did I do that? Oh, my little signs. Let's see. I'm holding it up until I can see it in the camera because I want to make sure it's in the right place. So you guys are on a lag. Gorgeous black Coleen. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for joining me. Thank you for spending Monday with me. I hope you had a good time. There it is. Okay. And all I did for those is I took the little chalkboard tags they had at the Dollar Tree and the, whatever the brand, Cricut. Oh, it's like contact paper. I don't know what it's called. The Cricut paper they've got for your Cricut machines. I took that, I cut that out in the shape of the chalkboard, and I put it over it. And I like how it turned out. So I'm going to have to repack all of this, which is fine. And this, enjoy the pig and those things up there today, because it is the last day they will be in my home. They will all be taken off from my house Saturday to be left in the loving hands of my bonus folks, Jill and Rick. Vinyl, yes. Thank you, Melissa. Melissa said vinyl, and I'm going to have to rewatch this and watch all of the comments because I know I've missed stuff. Jill said, this will be perfect for the FM Coleen hump jumper. Cracks me up every time. Shouldn't everyone be saying hump jumper, though? The best new tech term. There's actually a little plastic piece. I saw Gypsy Woman on her channel. She did a short. It's a little plastic piece that you put in back of there, and it helps it glide over. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that right now. So, but anyway, so we did some diamonds. I always call them diamonds. Some cemental piecing. We did a most part of a very beautiful block, and I'm going to drop the pattern in there. There it is. So you could do a whole quilt of it if you'd like. I think it's stunning. I love the red, white, and blue, and I'm feeling very red, white, and blue today. I may be doing red, white, and blue for a while because I've got all that caught up. They love the pineapple blocks, so I'm going to do the red, white, and blue, and some pineapple. Oh, the mug rugs. The mug rugs are in there, but I'm not digging those out. They've got the cemental piecing at the side. I'm going to do all of that, and Sylvia's probably over by now. Look at me talking right through it. I was trying so hard. See the northern lights in Illinois? Oh, I haven't seen those, Nancy. Dee Dee says, I did have a good time. Thank you. Thank you all for joining me. You know, I love our Mondays together. It gives me time to talk with like-minded people, to be goofy, to make mistakes, not care. While at the same time tonight, when I go to bed, I'm going to beat myself up about it. How stupid did I look? No, I'm kidding. I'm not doing that this week. Why? Because I go over to Dee Dee's channel and I spend time on her community page. All the positive vibes, nothing but good vibes. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up. Let all of you go. Thank you so much. And I hope you be the light you want to see in others. Make this world better. Goodness. Like my friend Marie says of it, we need more kindness.